Here's the American Idol contestant who is very upset at Katy Perry. Katy Perry is a judge on American Idol, and there was a woman on there the other night. She's a mom of 3. Her name is Sarah Beth Leby, and before she competed, before she sang her song, she says that Katy Perry mom-shamed her. We have the clip. We have her participating in American Idol.
I'm 25 and I'm from California.
You cannot be 25.
I have 3 kids, so that's like...
Get away from here. Okay, Katie?
Nope. If Katie lays on the table, I think I'm going to pass out.
Honey, you've been laying on the table too much.
No.
You know.
Right there was Katie's line, was you've been laying on the table too much. You know, that was a joke.
The birthing table or the
bed?
Any table.
Insemination table.
All the tables.
I mean, I guess you could take it either way you want. Yeah. I took it as birthing table. But anyway, she said she had 3 kids at age 25. So later, after she moved on, I don't believe she made the next round of the show, she went on to her social media and said that
mom shame
was over the line.
That wasn't super kind. To have that on TV, and it was hurtful. I think that women supporting and uplifting other women is so cool, and I think that mom shaming is super lame, and I think that it's hard enough to be a mom and it's hard enough to be a woman. Keep loving your babies. Nobody deserves to feel crappy about that.
It's a mom shame, and what you did was...
Has Katie reacted?
Over the line. She has not. No, she has not apologized or said anything about it. Biggie saying, no, this is not.
No, I mean, it was a joke.
It's a joke, but
yep.
It's...
and 3 kids by 25, you are going to raise eyebrows.
Okay.
I mean, that's just society. Okay.
Well, it probably is. You're right.
You can paint yourself in that I'm a good person corner, but look, anyone goes, how many kids do you have? I'm 25. I have 3 kids. Damn.
It's super cool to not mom shame. And
yeah,
that's mom shaming.
That's super lame.
Sorry, that's super lame.
Look, I know the internet will rally, but they will also raise their eyebrow.
They did. They rallied. They did. That's right. There's another eyebrow raise. This is a sort of a celebrity. Sofia Coppola, her daughter has been grounded because the daughter tried to book a cross-country flight by stealing mom's credit card because she wanted to see a friend she met at camp. So she was going to fly from California to Baltimore to meet this friend, and she got grounded. And then she went on to her TikTok to explain, I'm grounded, so I have nothing to do because I was going to go to Baltimore. This is Sofia Coppola's daughter. It amazes me that the woman on American Idol and now her, I don't know if they speed this up. She talks so fast. You can barely understand her. She's making vodka sauce for a pasta because she's grounded.
Make vodka sauce pasta with me because I'm grounded. Because I tried to charter a helicopter from New York to Maryland on my dad's credit card because I wanted to have dinner with my camp friend. Okay, well now I'm just waiting for Ari to come back with my ingredients, and I will see you in part 2 where I actually make the pasta.
So she was, and so people...
New York to Baltimore.
New York, helicopter from New York to Baltimore to see a friend that she met in camp. Yeah, and she stole her dad's credit card. Mom and
yeah,
dad's
you're
grounded. Yeah,
I think so,
I'd
too.
say you are, to do something like that.
Even if your grandfather directed The Godfather?
Francis Ford Coppola, who directed The Godfather. And then Sofia Coppola, she's done some
She's a pretty decent
directing.
She did Lost in Translation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's had a few.
Yeah, she's a big deal.
Not a great actor. She was in Godfather 3.
Yeah.
Was she? I know the directing is what she's really all about.
Yeah.
And that is her daughter at age 15 who tried to buy a helicopter.
Who hasn't tried to charter a helicopter?
Yeah.
Dad caught it, and Dad said,
that's a good thing.
What's going on there?
She should have called Grandpa.
She should have. I mean,
can you buy me a helicopter?
Yeah.
From New York to Boston.
He probably would have done that. So.
That does have to be sped up. That doesn't sound human.
Cannot
Is that
be.
It could be for a TikTok yeah.
Can it be?
Make vodka sauce pasta with me because I'm grounded. Because I tried to charter a helicopter from New York to Maryland on my dad's credit card because I wanted to have dinner with my camp friend. Okay, well now I'm just waiting for Ari to come back with my ingredients, and I will see you in part 2 where I actually make the pasta.
Wow. If she's really talking
like that,
I'd
kick her out of the house.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
She's 16.
I know, well, yeah.
You can't kick her out of the house.
You can't talk like that. That ain't right. That's possessed.
Get an old priest and a young priest.
Yeah. She may have been possessed on something like that. There's another internet debate going today. What's the actor's name? I don't know if you saw this. His son was celebrating a birthday and said he wanted vanilla cake, not chocolate cake, but they had a chocolate cake. and he shoved his son's face into it, like just as a fun thing.
Yeah.
And there was an online debate of, oh my God, you just shamed this boy for liking vanilla cake and not chocolate cake, and no one wants their face shoved into a cake. And so, God, I forget it's the guy who plays. It's the guy who plays. He's like Thor, I believe.
Oh, Hemsworth.
Hemsworth.
I think
One of the Hemsworth.
I think it's one of the Hemsworths, and he shoved his kid's face into a cake. And the online debate was: is this just playful, good, fun parenting, or is this like?
How old is the kid?
9. The kid was 9, I believe, turning 9. It's Chris Hemsworth that did it. I'm just reading it here. And so it was his birthday, and online they showed photos and videos of him like, hey, here's some chocolate cake, and shoved his face into it. So it was, wait a minute, is this like bad parenting, or is it just fun? And the Hemsworth answered, it's fun. Come on.
Good, clean Australian fun.
Good, clean Australian fun. What's the big deal here?
Better him than me.
Yeah. But
we know how dads feel about their boys there.
Right. But then others are saying,
abuse.
Oh, no, that's abuse.
No.
You're not to do that.
I mean, every kid and a father and son or a mother and daughter, they have their own dynamics and their own relationship. They're always different.
Yeah, I
don't think my dad would have ever smashed my face in.
My dad wouldn't have either, but I'd have done it to my son, and he'd have laughed like hell.
Yeah, I don't think my dad would have done it either, but it wasn't a big deal. It's like if you push somebody in a pool, is that good, clean fun, or is that...
If they've got their clothes on, probably not.
Right. Well, I mean, it's been done for years, of course.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're standing there and you're swimming anyway, you shove them in.
Push them into the pool. There was a wedding photographer, and I've always heard this. She went on and said that when some bride or groom shoves the other's face into the cake, when they're feeding each other, it ends badly.
The marriage won't last.
The marriage won't last. I've always heard that. My wife told me on our wedding day, whatever you do, don't take the cake and shove it into my face. That's not right.
Right.
She told me up front, which I think sometimes they do that. They'll plan
Oh,
that.
yeah, a lot of cake smashing.
That they'll smash cake. My wife did not want that. And the photographer said if you do it without the permission of the other, the marriage will not last.
I photographed about 200 weddings. I think I've only seen about 3 instances of having the groom smash cake in the bride's face. And the very first one that I saw the bride got cake all in her eye, basically ruined her makeup. She ran off crying. I didn't see her for like 45 minutes, and they are now divorced. So yeah, I think it's probably not the best idea to shove cake in each other's faces unless you agree upon that beforehand.
I would say that for the wedding, because the bride then runs off and like she.
Well, you
just
don't
said.
want a bride running away in tears.
Exactly. That's the last thing you want at the reception of the wedding.
So the ones who do it, do you think they plan it, pre-plan?
I do.
They have to.
I do.
Yeah.
Because my wife told me we're not doing that. And so I said,
I wouldn't do it. Right. I'd be so nervous. I would ask.
Mm-hmm.
I would never do it without asking it ahead of time.
A lot of people, I think they do choreograph.
Is it one of those things where you both have to do it?
I think so.
It's normally, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a double smash.
And then if you just do it to your wife, your new wife, she gets really angry.
I'll tell you, even if she did it to me, I probably wouldn't do it back. I'd be scared too.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there is the first person who smushed cake into a spouse's face at a wedding.
Breaking ground,
right?
With doing that.
Well, there's the first person that started the tradition. I mean,
right?
What is even the point of feeding each other cake?
This will be stereotypical too, but I think that if a bride does it to a groom, it's like, okay, that's kind of fun. But if a groom does it to the bride, no. It's worse.
Yes.
Because she's her makeup.
Terrible.
What the photographer? It's the makeup. It's the changes.
He's in a rented suit.
He's all right. It's like, okay, wipe it off. That was fun. He smiles. Not that big a deal.
We know women have emotional.
The bride, I think it's more the bride's day anyway.
Yeah.
And she wants it just right. So if she doesn't want that, it's a big issue.
You're getting stabbed.
Say something groundbreaking. Maybe not on honeymoon, but you will get stabbed eventually. Here's something groundbreaking, Dave. I know you'll be against this. I know you will. But a German brewery that's actually been in operation since the 1500s has invented powdered beer. You mix it with water, and from what they say, and there have been some taste tests in Germany, it tastes exactly like their usual beer that they brew.
It can't taste exactly
You
the
can't
same.
imagine. You know what it reminded me of? Biggie and Chris Demm and I have seen the movie The Founder. Have you seen it? It's about McDonald's.
Michael Keaton, yeah.
Yes.
I've seen it. Yeah, I like it.
They came up with, and I guess they did this in the 60s and 70s, a powdered milkshake.
The dehydrated milkshake.
Because the problem was at McDonald's, all the refrigeration space for the actual milkshake. So all you needed was this powder, and you mix it with cold water, and it became a frothy milkshake that tasted just as good as the milkshake made with ice cream, which they had trouble storing. And it didn't last. And the original McDonald brothers were like, this is blasphemy. How could you possibly do this? Same type thing here. Same type thing with a German brewery. This is the guy who invented it.
Then I use a little bit of the beer powder. I do a little bit more because probably you need a little bit more stronger beer. In the starting, we're using a mixer, but later on, when we develop the full project, we don't need a mixer anymore. So let's see. Now I'm just stirring a little bit around. Now it's a fully flavored beer.
Mix it with cold water, and it tastes just like beer.
Full flavored beer. Where's the alcohol though? You can't dehydrate alcohol, can you?
They have non-alcoholic and alcoholic versions. But I don't know how they put the alcohol in. They break it down to a powder.
I don't know how you break alcohol down to a powder, but
it'd be really interesting.
I'm willing to learn.
Well, it'd be interesting to do a taste test because you know what they say? Environmentally, it's wonderful.
Get away from me.
That's what they say. They say
Get out of here.
environmentally.
Why? You brew it with water, then you dehydrate, then you add water.
Let me read it.
There's nothing natural.
Let me read it. Mike, you wanted to comment on smashing cake in the face at a wedding. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Love your show. Yeah, I got married in 1988. I'm originally from Fort Lauderdale. Moved up here about 5 years ago. And it was a great time. My wife loved it, laughed her butt off. We had a good time, and we're still married.
Okay, then. And you didn't tell her that you were going to smash cake in her face?
No, and I didn't pre-plan it either. You know how you get at weddings, have a good time, get too much to drink, and it just happened.
Yeah. Okay, well, good. I'm glad to hear that because in this case, in the photographer's case, she says it doesn't work. And the answer on the beer is it's cheaper and easier to transport and way less packaging because you don't have to put it in bottles. You just put it in a tiny little package like Kool-Aid.
True.
And so they say that it's way smaller a carbon footprint, but I'm skeptical on the taste. I would
be too.
If that really becomes a widespread thing, I would love to do a taste test to see if it really does taste like actual beer.
Seems like you got to have more chemicals in it to dehydrate it and then rehydrate it. It's I don't like it.
They said they're going to sell it globally by the end of the year. So you could have powdered beer.
You could be the beer Kool-Aid man, Dave.
Yeah, good luck with it.
Yeah,
How do you say good luck
beer?
They say good luck in German. In Bavaria.
Oh, yeah.